Hello, welcome to the Stadium of Light. Sunderland have just lost 1-0 to Blackburn Rovers. Third defeat on the spin. Phil, no win in 4. There's the old debate at the moment, isn't there? Freshness or momentum? Which do you prefer?
Listen, I think today was much better. I think in terms of the level of performance in the last home game, I think given the inexperience of the side, I thought there were some really good individual performances, especially like Harrison Jones in the first half did really well. I did think Sunderland played okay. I think it's a really harsh result and that I don't think Blackburn Rovers really offered anything, and fair play, they took their one good chance to score. The concern is that, even despite another good performance, Sunderland have only had 2 shots on target, and that is a theme at the moment, whether Sunderland play well or whether they play badly. They're not really working the opposition goalkeeper, and that's the thing that makes me a bit nervous going into next month's playoffs. Can you switch that back on? I don't know is the honest answer to that. I do think the next 2 games we've got to go much stronger now. I understand the rotation, but I think it's time now. We need to get some feel-good factor back. We need to give the fans something to get excited about, give them a bit of positivity heading into the playoffs. It's surely time now to really focus on creating some more chances and getting some more settled partnerships on the pitch.
Yeah, and I don't think today was too bad at all. I think it was very toothless. There weren't too many clear-cut chances. Sunderland had a lot of the ball. I thought Blackburn Rovers were very lucky to take the lead when they did. It was a very good move, but probably their only really attacking chance of
it was their only shot on target.
So their only
three shots on target the whole game. That kind of sums it up, really.
But at the other end, Sunderland did look a little bit toothless, and I agree with you. I do think coming into these last 2 games, you do have to build a little bit of momentum. Start playing around your strongest team and really attack these 2 games, because momentum is important in sport and football. We say it all the time. As you mentioned, Harrison Jones I thought was excellent. I think it just goes to show, doesn't it, that sometimes your first start for a club, you can be a bit dazzled in the headlights, and it does take time for you to grow into the shirt. And I thought, as second league appearances go, second league starts go, that was pretty good.
Yeah, look, much we said after that game that the Swansea game, that we'd seen him in the under-21 to be a lot more brave, a lot more decisive, and we hoped he'd show that if his chance came again. And he did. Listen, I thought there was some decent individual performances, like given he's never played a league game, Johansson did okay.
He did fine.
So I don't have too many issues with the individuals today in terms of the performance level. I just think at the moment there's a bit of a lack of aggression, a little bit of lack of conviction. How many times did we get into good crossing positions today and there was just nobody flooding the box? There was players. We just seem to be lacking that little bit of intensity and tempo at the moment, and I really do think that there's a bit of a danger going into the playoffs if we don't start scoring goals again. I understand about the fitness and the freshness, and I think we do expect something to improve when you start getting a more familiar team. But I do want to see something shift approach a little bit now and start to go through the gears, because the place has gone flat, and I can understand why fans have gone flat, because it's just really difficult coming to watch these games at the moment. And I get why Lebris has done what he's done, and ultimately we'll see next month whether it's the right approach. But you've got to give people something now. I think you've got to get a little bit of urgency and a little bit of energy going into this whole club, really going into next month.
Yeah, QPR and Oxford are 2 very winnable games, or Oxford and QPR I should say. Samed played in the middle of the day. I thought it was more like what we expected of him. I mean, he wasn't like an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, but he looked a bit tired, he looked a bit sharper, a little bit more aggression in his play. Still gave the ball away a little bit, but that was more like the signing we thought we would get in the summer, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit tentative in possession still. I think sometimes you want him to move it forward a bit quicker. You can hold on to it a little bit too long, play it a little bit safe. But in terms of him getting around the pitch, in terms of him closing down opposition players, making covering runs, he looks much sharper. So fingers crossed that, I think it's good that Daniel got a rest today, and I think that hopefully we'll see the benefits of that. But Samed does someone look like probably off the bench, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's going to start any playoff games. There's like someone who could potentially be a bit of a useful bench option, so that's a definite positive. Lots of individuals can take some positives away from today, but I completely understand why this place feels so flat, because people are just looking to next month and they just want to have something, a bit of positivity, a bit of energy to really go into those playoffs with confidence. So it's up to someone now, I think, to do that.
Yeah, hopefully to get them on the whistle tomorrow. Phil, leave your questions below in the comments. There'll be a podcast as well at some point. Plenty of content over at the Sunderland website, and we'll see you next time.